Whoosh!
That's
What a great episode that was.
wow.
Hi, good morning, and welcome to the next episode of FloorCereal. We are your hosts, Persephone. Ooh, Persephone.
Mr. Shark.
I realized that I smacked my thing.
Ooh.
Anyway, today we are diving into episode 2 of season 1 of Bluey. It's called The Hospital. Do you want to do a breakdown or a synopsis?
Sure. Bandit or Telemachus comes into the hospital bothered by a tummy ache, and after Dr. Bluey tries and fails to figure it out, Dr. Bingo Nurse Bingo has to come up with an ingenious idea to save him.
Awesome. Let's go. What are we, like 3 seconds in?
Yeah.
Okay. First, we love how their tails wag, right? To show that they're happy about something. But like right off the bat, Bluey enters the kitchen. Bluey enters the kitchen as Bandit is helping Bingo to climb up him, right? He's holding her hands and she's climbing with her feet up to his snout. And Bluey walks in on that. Her tail is wagging. She's obviously happy to see it. She's got a big smile on her face. And the first thing she says is encouragement to Bingo. She doesn't say, my turn. She doesn't say, can I do it? She doesn't say, me next. She doesn't, like, it's very obvious that she is happy because Bingo is enjoying herself and she's encouraging Bingo in the game that she knows that they're playing. Like, top tier. The yes and of their play in this episode is really good. Like, she had the buttons and he was controlling the cushions, and they don't normally show him like they usually make it look more like things are happening the way the girls imagine them to be happening versus showing what's actually going on, like him, so they show him moving the cushions, but when she says this one makes your feet go up and his head goes up, she rolls with it. She's like, oh, sorry, dear. And she, like, it's yes and. They thought it was a possum, but she's like, no, it's a cat. And they're like, oh, yes, it's a cat. Like, yeah. They don't argue, and they just, the yes and is really prevalent, and it helps everyone to feel heard and respected. Like, it was Bingo's drawing, so she knows what it is.
Right.
Okay, so yesterday I had that debrief for my EQ assessment. One of the things that was one of the places where I scored really low was reality testing. It sounds like, yeah, I live in Delulu-land. That's fine. That's fine. But what it really is about, like, how you question your own perceptions to decide if how you perceive something is actually how it is. And I was thinking about that, like, as we were watching, because Bingo is the one who he's like, oh, that's okay, you tried your best. And, like, it zooms in on her. She's thinking about, did we try our best? Is there something else we could do? And she's, like, actively, purposefully considering the truthfulness of that statement before realizing that there could be a solution, a different solution. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that we have definitive proof that Bingo is more emotionally intelligent than I am. I won't lie, I'm okay with it.
I guess that is what we're saying, yeah. So, Bingo for self-awareness.
Bingo for reality testing.
What, 6th star?
I think this is Bingo. I think this is just Bingo's episode again. Like, Bluey's just having fun with being a doctor.
Bluey just wants to have fun and be goofy with being silly. A doctor.
Yeah.
And Bingo takes her job too seriously.
Not too seriously, just seriously enough. But she's empathetic towards not only him in the moment of, oh, brave boy and that, but to his overall condition. And won't let the doctor just dismiss things like his name, and the x-ray and stuff. So I think it's just Bingo all the way around.
Probably.
So in self-awareness, How would you rate Bingo?
I would rate her higher in social awareness and social management because there's more of that than there is of self.
She's definitely managing the situation and
rather
not
than
necessarily herself.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
So self awareness at like a 5.
Oh yeah, because that's our middle ground. That's where it's
Self awareness at a 1.
That's if she was actively doing something horrible in self awareness. Not
She
horrible.
was.
Something very. What's the word I'm looking for?
Unaware.
Touche. Social awareness. I'm thinking she's pretty high. Like she's at like a 9 for me. You?
Yes.
Self management 5, because again, she's not so much in herself. Okay. Social management 9 again.
Are we allowed to go to 10?
Oh yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Okay, and then empathy.
A 9 or even a 10.
I'm gonna go with 10 because she was just laser focused on poor Telemachus. In my notes though, I kind of went back to the basics of emotional intelligence and improving one's own emotional intelligence. And there are several books now that like give you active skills that you can practice to improve your emotional intelligence on various levels. And one of the very first things that you learn in social management is to use people's names. Right? When you meet someone, you say their name. It's a memory tactic, but it's also a social management tactic. When you use someone's name, you immediately create a better bond with them than if you just say hi and then don't call them by their name or use their name at all. And not that that's a bad bond, but it's definitely a better bond if you use their name immediately. And
not for
me. Bingo does. She uses his name, and she even, gets Bingo to stop calling him the
Bluey.
big blue guy. Bluey to stop calling him the big blue guy.
Yeah, she wanted to find a solution so that, she saw that Telemachus was sad that Bluey just left them on their own. And so she wanted to fulfill her job as a nurse and, help Bluey do her job as a doctor help her patient.
Do you think that fulfilling her job as a nurse puts her more in the self-awareness category or self-management category? Like
maybe
like they might not have showed it very much, but that might have been a deciding factor. Like it's not just about taking care of the patient, it's about doing your job the right way and the efficient way.
I can see that.
Not enough to change a score though. Do you want to do a recap of the star chart?
Oh yeah. So self-awareness is at a 5, social awareness 9, self-management 5, and then for the first time, right?
What?
That we have a 10.
Oh, maybe. No.
Well, 2 10s. First time we've had 2 10s.
Yes.
Social management is at a 10 and empathy is at a 10.
Because I think we gave Bandit a 10 in Wagon Ride.
Wagon Ride, yeah. And that's today's episode. Season 1, episode 2, The Hospital.
Is that our business for today? Okay. That's our business for today. The star chart will be on Instagram at Persephone Jane if you would like to see what we're talking about. I usually put it in here in editing, but just in case it's too small or you missed it, or you're listening on Spotify and you don't have the visual, there it is for you. We may or may not at some point get up on TikTok. So you can check there at FloorCereal to see if anything's happening over there. And, maybe give us a follow. Maybe that will encourage someone to start making some TikToks. Who knows? Who knows? It's all up in the air. Thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate the listeners who are slowly trickling in. All right. We'll see you next time. You're such a jerk.